Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive.
Today we're diving into Haddonfield.
Ooh.
But not the Haddonfield you remember from good old 1978.
Right.
No. We're talking Halloween Kills, the 2021 sequel.
Yeah.
That really wants to know, can you ever truly escape the boogeyman?
It's a good question.
It really is.
And it's interesting what they do with this one because
yeah.
it's not like they just said, okay, 2018 Halloween happened.
Yeah.
Let's just pick it up from there.
Yeah.
They said, you know what? We're going to just wipe out all the other sequels.
Ooh.
We're going to ignore them.
Yeah.
They didn't happen.
Wow.
This is a direct sequel to the 1978 classic.
Okay, so for those of us who maybe need a little refresher, it's been 40 years.
40 years.
Since Michael Myers' A Little Rampage.
Right.
Laurie Strode, played by the incredible Jamie Lee Curtis.
Always.
Always incredible. She's not a terrified babysitter anymore. Nope,
Yeah.
She's a grandma.
She is.
And not just any grandma. This woman, she has been waiting. She's prepared
Oh, yeah.
for Michael to come back.
She is ready.
She is ready for him.
Absolutely. And, that really that focus, that almost obsessive focus that she's had on Michael's return,
Yeah.
it's really had an effect on her family.
Oh, for sure.
You see, her daughter, Karen, granddaughter, Allison, they are dealing with the ripple effects, the echoes of Laurie's trauma.
Right.
It's almost as if fear itself has become a legacy, passed down
Oh, wow. I like that.
their generations.
A legacy of fear. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And, and that trauma is on full display from that very first scene.
Right from the get-go.
Mike, he's trapped. Laurie's house is on fire.
Yeah.
But this is Michael Myers we're talking about.
This is Michael Myers.
He laughs in the face of death.
Of course.
Yeah.
He doesn't go down easy.
No, he does not. And the way he takes out dispatches.
Oh, my gosh.
Those firefighters.
Brutal.
Brutal. Even for Michael, it was like they turned the violence up a notch for this one.
Yeah, they really did. It's
Yeah.
like they said, how can we one-up ourselves?
Yeah.
How can we make it even more intense?
Intense. That's a good word for it. Because it's not even just the violence. It's
Right.
like there's just this feeling of this is going to happen.
Inevitability.
You're like, you can't stop it.
Yeah. It's like Michael Myers is this force of nature.
He is.
And these firefighters, bless their hearts,
Yeah.
they never really stood a chance.
They had no idea what they were walking into.
No.
Yeah.
And the film wants us to consider that, can evil, especially in the form of Michael Myers, can it ever really be contained?
I mean, he's been shot.
He's been stabbed.
Yeah, burned. He just
Run over, I think, at one point.
run over. He always comes back.
He always comes back. It's uncanny.
And as if Michael Myers isn't terrifying enough on his own,
Right.
we have the town of Haddonfield. They're dealing with their own demons, too.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not just Michael they're afraid of anymore. It's the memory. It's what happened.
It's the trauma.
That trauma from 40 years ago.
40 years haunting them.
Still haunting them.
And, that fear, combined with this almost primal desire for revenge,
Oh, yeah.
it morphs into this mob mentality.
Yeah.
Remember Tommy Doyle,
Yeah.
the kid that Laurie babysat in the first film?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's all grown up now,
Oh, boy.
and he is leading the charge,
Oh.
convinced that Haddonfield needs to take matters into their own hands.
Which never ends well.
No, it doesn't. It never ends well.
It's like they're inviting something bad to happen.
It's true, and the film does such a brilliant job
It does.
of blurring those lines, between hero and villain.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It makes you wonder, are the people hunting Michael any less dangerous than the boogeyman himself?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Right. Yeah, they really took it up a notch for this one.
And they did. But, speaking of taking it up a notch, can we talk about Laurie for a second?
Oh, yeah.
Because she's in the hospital.
They recover.
After the events of the last film, physically she's wounded, she's hurt, but mentally, Jamie Lee Curtis, she plays that exhaustion.
Oh, yeah.
And that hyper-awareness.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly. It's like textbook. It's like they should show that in a class on how to portray trauma.
Oh, totally.
Because Laurie has always been a fighter. Right?
Right.
But in this one, she's forced to confront, maybe some wounds just don't heal.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And that sometimes protecting your family means you got to face your demons
Yeah.
head on.
But even from that hospital bed,
Yeah.
she's trying to guide everyone. She's trying to tell them, this is what you're up against.
This is real.
Listen to me. But nobody's listening.
Nobody believes her.
They just think she's crazy.
They think she's lost it.
Yeah.
She's stuck in the past.
Yeah.
It's 40 years ago, Laurie, let it go.
Yeah.
But, and sadly, Karen, her daughter, she's caught in the middle of all this.
Oh, totally. She is bearing the brunt of everyone's disbelief.
Right. And this is where you really see that generational trauma.
Yeah.
It's so poignant because she's spent years trying to be normal, trying to distance herself from her mother's, paranoia,
Of course.
trying to build a normal life for her daughter.
For Allison. Yeah.
And it's like, bam.
Yeah.
She is thrust right back into this nightmare.
And you know what? Karen holds her own in this film.
Oh, yeah.
She does not mess around. She
She gets some good hits in on Michael.
She gets some licks in. Like that pitchfork scene
Oh, my God.
in the neighbor's kitchen.
The neighbor's kitchen.
So good.
Chilling, but also so satisfying.
Yeah. It's almost like you needed that for Karen.
Yeah, you're rooting for her.
You need her to embrace that inner...
You want her to tap into that same, almost primal rage that her mother has.
That primal rage.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's not enough.
It's never enough with Michael.
It's Michael.
Yeah.
He keeps coming.
He just won't die.
And it goes back to what you were saying earlier about inevitability.
Right.
Like, is it even possible to defeat pure evil?
It makes you wonder, is he always going to be there lurking just under the surface, waiting?
For sure.
Waiting to come back.
And that ending when Karen, oh God. I don't even know if I can talk about it.
I know, I don't want to spoil it for our listeners.
Yeah, don't spoil it. But it was something.
It was something else.
I was speechless.
I was floored. I was absolutely floored. And it's like the whole movie, you watch it one way.
Yes.
And then the ending hits.
Yes.
And it's like they completely reframed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And suddenly, it's not just about stopping Michael. It's about, that whole idea, the cyclical nature of violence.
Wow.
That even good intentions, they can be twisted. They can be corrupted.
Right.
By fear, by anger.
Fear and anger. It all goes back to that, doesn't it?
It really makes you think twice, about who the real monsters are sometimes.
It's true. It's like, especially that last shot of Michael.
Oh, yeah.
Just standing there.
Standing there like nothing happened.
It's like invincible. And it really drives home this idea that he's not just some guy in a mask.
No, he's not.
He's something bigger.
He's more than a man.
He's like this symbol.
He's primal.
Of something dark, something we don't understand.
Something scary. Yeah. Something that we don't ever want to understand.
Exactly. And that's what makes Halloween Kills so effective.
It gets into your skin.
It really does. It's like it takes all of our anxieties about the world, our fears, and just throws them right back in our face.
And it reminds us that, you know what? Some things, some monsters, they never really go away.
They don't. No, they don't. And it leaves you with this feeling.
Unease.
Yeah, like this nightmare isn't over.
Right. It's not over. Like you said, Laurie Strode, she's still out there.
Yeah. Is she really okay, though?
Yeah. Can she ever really be okay after everything she's been through?
Can she ever heal from all that trauma, let alone, actually defeat Michael?
That is the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
And I think Halloween Kills It doesn't really give us the answer.
No.
And you know what? I kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not trying to tie everything up in a neat little bow.
It leaves you thinking.
Exactly. It makes you think. It makes you talk about it. It makes you, question.
Yeah, question everything.
Those big questions, trauma, revenge.
Yeah.
What is evil, really?
The things that keep us up at night.
And those are the questions that stick with you long after the movie's over.
Well said. Well, everyone, it's been quite a journey.
A deep dive.
A real deep dive into Haddonfield's dark side.
The darkest timeline.
The darkest timeline. We've talked about so much brutal violence.
They love mentality.
Generational trauma.
And just that unshakable nature of evil.
Evil never dies. It just keeps coming back. So.
Well, it might die, but it comes back.
It always comes back, right? So we want to hear from you. What did you think of Halloween Kills? Were you as terrified as we were? Did it live up to the hype? Head over to the comments and let us know your thoughts. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite horror films.
We've got plenty more scares where that came from.
We'll see you next time.